Yo, it's time to step into the business bubble.
Kevin, I appreciate you. Thanks for jumping on.
Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. Now, this is the first time you tried 1014, yeah?
Yes.
I promised Peng that, I asked him, give him the drink that's probably going to surprise him because he's probably had a lot of drinks before, so.
He's such a nice guy.
He's a really nice guy. Yeah, that's probably the nicest compliment, for.
Oh, yeah. So good.
Give it a go, man. Give it a go.
Let me try it.
Oh, crap. I was going to poke it the wrong way.
That's good.
Yeah?
Mango sago. I like that.
There's a lot of things in there. There's sago in there, herbal jelly. There's mango, coconut cream. That's the whole schmozzle.
Yummy.
The only other person that had this one on the show was a lady called Amelia. She's a photographer.
Yeah.
She's Asian as well, so she loves stuff like that.
Oh, shout out Amelia, man.
Amelia. Yeah, you got to meet her. She's an amazing photographer. She's in France right now.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Man, I respect everyone. Anyone who does something with that takes them overseas.
Yes.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're good at their craft, man.
But I thought about it. I thought maybe business was tough, so he had to pivot the business, actually make people's eyes worse so they can come. How do you do that?
If anything, it's making my eyes worse. Being on the phone all day.
Well, how many hours do you spend a week editing videos, man?
A week?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd say over 20.
20 hours a week of editing
just
videos.
on editing. That's not even just on social media. So
Damn.
That's editing on my computer because it takes me about maybe 3 hours, maybe 4 hours.
Yeah.
To edit one video.
Yep.
For Instagram and TikTok.
Yep.
And then there's also the posting. There's also the being on social media to engage and whatnot as well. The actual editing. That's probably the bulk of what I do. And 3 to 4 hours a day.
I'm proud of you. Cheers to you, brother.
Thank you.
That is a lot of work. I understand.
Yeah.
Before this podcast, I would be like, oh yeah, it's a video, right? How hard is it to make a video?
Yeah.
My goodness, man. CapCut or Premiere Pro?
Premiere Pro. So
Premiere Pro.
I do everything on my computer, yeah.
Yeah. So nothing on your phone, right?
Nah.
Oh wow. Okay.
The phone, can I swear on this?
Swear as much as you want.
The phone gives me the shits, man. When I'm trying to edit a video, on Instagram and TikTok or whatever, and then you have this whole video draft, and suddenly your phone crashes and you lose everything.
Yeah.
Oh no, never again.
Everyone knows you as Sydney Food Boy, right? But not very many people know you as Kevin the Optometrist.
Yeah, that's right.
Very good. I got a question. Why are Asians' eyesight generally poorer than others?
Oh, that's a hard one. But it depends, if you're talking about Asians as in ethnicity or Asians as in, the geographic location.
Oh, okay.
Because there's actually a lot of evidence coming out that the myopia pandemic, myopia being short-sightedness, that's a lot worse in countries like Singapore, in, Eastern China, Taiwan, areas like that.
Okay.
And the question is is this genetics or is this because of Asians studying too much? That's always a question that's being posed, right? I'm sure being in the space is probably a mix of it. Somewhere along the lines, there was a lot of environmental factors that cause this myopia to start becoming so rampant in countries like that.
Yeah.
Countries that really, really value education and, doing a lot of study.
So myopia has picked up over the years.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Okay. 100%. For anyone watching, if you want to learn more about it, just Google myopia pandemic or, myopia in Asia, and then you'll see a heap of stuff about it. It's not just Asia, by the way, but, it's definitely, when you're thinking about myopia and you think Asia, they're very, together.
Wow. Hey, do you find that myopia happens more in kids these days or more adults?
Both. But definitely more kids.
Yeah?
Yeah, because think about it, right? Going back to the environmental factors. When I say environmental factors, I mean, it's not genetics, right? It's the things that they do every day. And how I think about... I like how I'm going into optometry here, but...
I want this, man. I've never had an optometrist on the show.
Yeah.
This is why you're here. I'm not here to talk about food.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, if you think about it, you'll see a lot of kids these days, they're on their iPads, okay? The parents just give them iPads or even phones.
Yeah.
And that keeps them busy.
Yeah.
Right? So that keeps them distracted, not crying, whatever. You'll see it at restaurants, you'll see it at the shopping centers. There's just kids just always on technology.
Yeah.
On devices, right?
Yeah.
And that means that a lot of their time every day is spent up close. Because if you think about where a baby holds something or where a kid hold something, it's not out here, it's here. You know, that's how they know where to hold things. So if this is what we call the distance between, you know, your eyes and what you're looking at, that's what we call the working distance in optometry, right?
Right.
If this is the working distance,
Yeah.
then that is relative to maybe a minus 300, minus 400, or minus 3, minus 4 diopters
Yep.
in glasses.
Yep.
You know, so when you hear your friends saying, oh, I'm minus 3 or I'm minus 4, that's because their vision is good for that.
Yep.
All right. So when kids are growing up and their eyes are developing, imagine, for example, putting something like that in front of them all day, every day.
Naturally, you're going to be -3. I'm a -6.5.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I'm like
naturally,
this.
naturally, your eyes are going to try to develop in a way, or your whole body's going to try to develop in a way that makes things easier for you, right? So if all you're doing is that every day, then naturally that's the development that's going to happen.
It will adapt. Hey, do you crave any particular food that like you really like miss that place and you're like, oh man, I wish that place still existed, or I wish I could go there again.
Existed, as in it doesn't exist anymore.
Well, actually, what's your favorite shop that's already closed that doesn't exist anymore?
Well, yeah, like I said, I was thinking back to my childhood, but luckily I think everything that I loved growing up is still with us, and we're very fortunate for that. There has been a couple places that I've like dined at as Sydney Football, like during this journey, that have closed down, unfortunately. And I think the coolest one was a place in Fairfield, of all places, and it was just like in this like group of industrial stores in a parking lot, right? And they would sell Chilean food.
Chilean food?
Yeah.
What's that like?
Oh man, like it wasn't just Chilean food, it was like just different parts of South America. They were repping. And
that's
they
cool.
would sell like ceviche, they would sell asado on Saturdays. So every couple of Saturdays they would like launch it up. They have a barbecue, the smoker and everything. They have huge slabs of like asado barbecue.
Yeah.
Just like beef bones and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, this is cool, man. Like if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of my page, you'll probably find this place.
1,000 odd posts before, right?
Yeah. It was called La Mano. La Mano was what it was called.
Oh, wow.
Amazing, man.
Yeah.
Like this was just a cultural adventure for me.
Did it feel like you were going to...
Yeah, because they were like, it was cool, man. Like every time they would have this Saturday barbecue, I went twice, luckily.
Oh, yeah.
And like they would have all their guys bring their muscle cars in and line up and playing like that type of music, you know. It was like, wow, I'm in Fast and Furious, bro. Like, it was cool. Right? And just to have that sort of food here, like you don't find it anymore, really.
No.
The same way that I remember that. So that for me was like one of the core memories of me in this food adventure thing, right? It was that. That was one of my earliest things where I'm like, wow, like I wish I could eat that again. It's not available to us anymore.
But do people pay you to go to the places and try the food?
Depends, sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, like I have a nice mix. Like I like to go to the places where I want to go. Like I have this huge list of places that people have recommended to me.
Oh, yeah.
And I've built that over like years, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's from people who, you know, follow the channel and then he's like, go eat here. Like this is part of my culture, man. This is my community. Like we all love this place.
Yeah.
Like that's the type of place I love to gravitate to.
Yeah.
Because I want to explore that. I want to, you know, see what that's about.
Ah, okay.
There's that. There's, you know, other places that we recommend. Like as an optometrist, I see all sorts of people.
True.
And anytime someone is from a different culture, like I get interested. I'm like, oh, you like food? We start talking about food.
It's an icebreaker.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any awkward person out there, if you're listening to this podcast, if you don't know what to talk about,
Just talk about food, man.
because everybody eats.
Food.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody eats.
And 9 out of 10 people love food. Like they'll talk about it, especially if you're from a particular cultural background. Because, like, if you're not from Australia originally and you came here, that's the one thing that can connect you.
Yeah.
Right. So I found a lot of places like that as well.
Yeah.
Like just asking patients. I say, where do you eat? Where does your family eat? What do you love? And it's always a hard battle because a lot of times they're like, my mum makes it better at home. Like, that's not the question though.
Well, can you invite me over? Thank you very much.
Oh, you know what? One time, this beautiful Nepalese mother, she came back. And this was like one of my first patients working at my current job. She came back with a box of momos, man.
No.
Yeah, which are Nepalese dumplings. Amazing. Took me back to Nepal. I'm like, wow, this is like the sweetest thing. It was all because we were talking about food.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what I realized is that as a food blogger, you're helping these small businesses promote. Like if you talk about business, right? You're helping these small businesses promote their what they do. A lot of these people came to Australia with a dream. Like, I just want to share my food. So I don't know whether you think about it this way, but you're literally helping dreams come true.
Oh,
Bro.
wow.
Bubble tea.
I've never thought about it that way, actually. But yeah,
You are, man.
Yeah,
That's so cool, right?
yeah, it is cool. It is cool.
Yeah.
Like I've really met some beautiful people doing what I do.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing to take away from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I get to try some like really incredible food. But yeah, amazing people behind it too. And I'm grateful to call some of them my friends now, or just have their numbers, you know, and like be able to chat anytime.
Bro, food brings people together, man. Yeah.
But to answer your other question, like obviously as a food blogger or having a page like this, like you do get invitations sometimes, you do get like paid offers sometimes as well. And I feel like it's quite important to balance everything because if you're the type of person that does like all paid stuff, then you're not really being true to the type of content that you want to create anyway. Because that paid stuff is probably going to everyone, not just yourself.
Yeah.
So if everyone comes out the exact same type of content, what makes you unique? Yeah. So there's a bit of a balance. It's probably like 50% invites maybe, and then 50% me going out to still try the things that I want to try as well.
Yeah.
On top of the invites.
Yeah.
Because I find that's a nice mix. You know, you get to gets a bit of what's interesting, what's happening, what's hot in Sydney right now versus, you know, exploring something that people have never heard of before.
Yeah.
You know, have never seen before, and that's the type of unique content that I want to create too.
Right.
So.